This year, I'm not doing resolutions, kind of. I'm doing 26 for 2026 bingo. Now, these are 26 small intentions covering my lifestyle, my business, and of course, my creativity. I want to give you the same exact template for free, but you will also be able to access a pre-filled template if you just want to apply this to your sewing habit. This isn't about hustling harder, it's about gentle steps and direction to make you fall in love with making again. And in this video, I'm going to be baring my soul to you and letting you know what my personal 26 for 2026 are. Now, I actually did this last year and I did 2, which I think makes 50 for 2025. So I therefore had some big, audacious goals. And actually, I ticked quite a few of them off. From taking my first holiday with Ben in 10 years, our first ever holiday as a couple, to getting engaged, to moving my horse home to the farm. It really was quite a big year. And when it came to sewing, 2025 was the year that we completed 3 full create, cut, contour, construct framework cycles together inside the DPL Atelier. First up was the bustier, which you've literally just seen me wearing in San Sebastian, before we moved into a t-shirt cycle where we played with heat transfer vinyl techniques, and I made a really cute basic that's now properly in my wardrobe rotation. Finally, we tackled a sleepwear set, and I am still in the middle of finishing this, but honestly, I'm obsessed with the design and I can't wait to wear it. I shared my toiling process with you here on YouTube as I turned an old bedsheet into my prototype version of this design. 2025 was also the year that I replenished my fabric stash. I hosted 3 3-day design challenges, and I loved seeing everyone interpret briefs like designing versatile sleepwear inspired by an interior designer, a travel-ready look inspired by your dream getaway, and a futuristic outfit symbolizing new beginnings. I also rounded the year off by heading to Newcastle for a membership business conference, and it genuinely sparked so many of the next steps inside the DPL Atelier, including exciting updates like our dream wardrobe blueprint. And a personal highlight, I finally made something for my partner, Ben. I shared a YouTube video on sewing luxury t-shirts, and I ended up making him 2 tops that he actually wears, which feels very wholesome. But not everything got ticked off. I didn't end up making anything like a rug or a saddle pad for Vancouver. I didn't refresh my studio space, and I still haven't released my Vertigo Coat PDF sewing pattern. Please don't come for me. So I think those might be rolling over into 2026. It was all happening. But 2026 is not only the year I get married, it's the year I slow down, set intentions, and most importantly, tick them off. Because resolutions can often feel like a pass or a fail, whereas intentions feel like a compass. Instead of one huge scary goal, I'm going to give myself 26 smaller, doable tasks. And if I don't hit them all, that's totally fine. I know I'm still moving in the right direction. Plus, who doesn't love gamifying and being creative and anything visual to keep us on track? My members have loved this when we've done it in the past, and I think any creatives out there do benefit from a visual compass where you can put this on your wall, in your planner, in your purse, and keep it with you throughout the year as life ebbs and flows. And so whilst 25 for 2025 was easy maths, this year's template offers a different change. We have space for one big audacious goal, because I know that we are ambitious people and we like to plan a wardrobe that is aspirational as well as inspirational. So let's get my big audacious goal out of the way and hopefully inspire you to come up with your own, because as I've alluded to, I'm getting married next year, and my big audacious goal is to design and make my wedding registry look. It's there, it's a reminder, and the reward of getting it done will obviously be a rather lovely milestone in my life with my partner. So I personally have used the template to mix sewing, business, self-care and creative goals alongside some miscellaneous items as well. But you might want to divide the rows up into into Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, and miscellaneous. You might want to divide the rows up into different areas of your life, such as career and finance and creativity and sewing, hobbies, friends, family, and relationships. But ultimately, if you're watching this video, I'm going to assume this corner of the internet is reserved for us creatives who love investing in their clothing. And so if you want to take the decision fatigue out of this, then we do have a pre-filled template with lots of little sewing goals. If you complete a row, a column, or a diagonal, it is up to you to determine what you'd like to reward yourself with, because ultimately shouting full house at the end of this exercise is what is going to make us feel incredible, alongside the 26 small intentions that have built upon each other, resulting in some pretty incredible clothes, no doubt. And if you wanted to, you could even leave some of the squares blank as life happens and the year unfolds, and you'll be able to add tasks as and when you think of them. But when you do a thing, you get to colour in the square and celebrate it. Okay, I think I've put it off long enough. Let's jump into my 26 for 2026 intentions. And this wouldn't be a digital pattern library video without it including some wardrobe building goals. Now, ideally, I would love to add 12 pieces to my personal wardrobe. That would be one me-made piece a month. This is something that I've been very honest and transparent about in terms of struggling to sew for myself and prioritizing my members, my clients, and my career over personal projects. So some of these include the loungewear set. I spoke about this in last week's video. If you haven't seen that, go and jump on over. We explored a style DNA sheet to really set you up for 2026, planning clothes that you will actually wear. But a more technical and exciting project for my brain to stay engaged is equestrian riding leggings. Developing a pair of riding tights with a silicone full grip seat is a skill and technique I've never done before. And so I really think as creatives, it's important to try and continuously challenge ourselves to stay engaged, to seek new skills, and to build confidence with our clothes. Outside of the loungewear and the riding wear, I will be intent on adding basics to my wardrobe. These are brilliant projects if you ever find yourself in a sewing slump, to sew something quickly, sew something that you'll actually wear, and sew transitional pieces that will complement the more statement items that you add to your wardrobe later in the year. Beyond this, and tying into a business goal of mine, is to release 3 new PDF patterns. Now, because we follow a 4-month framework cycle inside the DPL Atelier, as we create, cut, contour, and construct a garment style every 4 months and bring it to life, these designs are on the back burner ready to go. They already exist. I just need to develop ADHD-friendly systems for me to bring them to market. And these 3 designs are a vertigo coat, a cactus sleepwear set that you will have also seen me twirling here on YouTube, and a jigsaw jumper. There are steps I need to do to finalize them, such as grading the pattern, incorporating feedback from pattern testers, and of course, bringing this to you guys. So watch this space. This is my public accountability. I cannot express how embarrassing I feel that the digital pattern library currently has 10 patterns. That isn't much of an extensive library, but the journey of this business has gone down the route of teaching you to be your own designer, and therefore pushing my designs onto you didn't feel like the most valuable step I could take. However, now that the DPL Atelier is established, it's flourishing, it's thriving, it's growing, bringing myself back to the core and releasing my own designs is definitely an intention that I have. Speaking of the DPL Atelier, a business goal of mine is to grow my wonderful community to 100 members. This is a big goal. It could have been a big audacious goal. We are currently at just over 60. And so I hope by the end of 2026, I will have a few more of you inside the atelier, and I'll be able to share the gift of creativity, teaching you the entire fashion process so that you can unleash your inner designer and feel great in the clothes you create. Another concept I have had that I'm interested to explore is hosting live studio sessions on social media. I want this to be really simple and really basic, but I really would love to build upon the community next year, going into the year. And this would simply be a live stream of me working in my studio, sewing at the machine, pattern drafting, and just inviting anyone to join me who would like to. It might flop, I'm very aware of that, but I'm willing to give it a go and hopefully make some new connections. I just feel like it's going to be a big, cozy room of creative sewists instead of a giant faceless number. The internet is incredible for connecting us in that way and being able to teach you skills from my little corner in Wales, but I really want to drive forward the sense of community and connect with as many of you as possible. Part of that also includes securing some fun collaborations with businesses that align to my own and doubling my KPIs, but in a sustainable way. Moving on to life, personal, self-care, environment. We've got some goals here going on, and it's really important that when I'm going through these, it's not me on my own. It is, as I've mentioned, a community behind me. It's my partner, he's supportive, it's my members, it's all of the people in my life. I think, what is the saying? I'm terrible with sayings. Village? Something to do with a village. Takes a village. Something like that. And so instead of staring at a dashboard or notes that I frantically scribbled on random bits of paper, I think this bingo template is really going to help anchor me for me to just take a look and say, did I move forward by 1 or 2 squares this month? And that is going to be very grounding when I tell you my personal self-care and creative goals, because my partner and I for many years have been taking teeny tiny steps towards building our dream home back at the farm. Now that is by no mean feat a small project, but I think by the end of 2026 both of us are in agreement that we'd love to have a spade in the ground to get started on the project, especially following the wedding. We've got a lot on our plate. I know. I am very lucky to have the support of my partner on. This is not me wading into a huge undertaking by myself. What I will be doing by myself, hopefully, is refreshing my studio space. I just want to do a few little cosmetic soft furnishing touch-ups to hopefully give this blank canvas a little bit more of a cozy, inspired vibe. And then as a total side note, I would love to read 32 books next year and stick to a budget. I'm quite good with my finances, I must admit. My dad was a financial advisor, but I think it just feeds into every avenue of life. We have a very low-key wedding to plan. We have a house to build. I've got a business to run. And so I think getting clear on my numbers and budget and starting to save a little bit more will obviously do me the world of good. Other ways to anchor myself are trying a new creative hobby like painting or baking. I'm not completely new to either of those, but they're definitely not things that I practice in a sustainable or consistent manner. And who doesn't like food? I'll probably lean more towards baking, although I did try a Victoria sponge once, twice, 3 times last year, and let's just say fashion is my wheelhouse, okay? Food, I'm good at eating it. I might get better at baking it next year. And to balance out the baking, I have actually convinced Ben, this is the 31st of December while I'm filming this, so this is a bit of a cheat, but I have actually convinced Ben to join a gym with me. A final fun goal for me is to go for a beach ride or a fun ride with the other love of my life, Mr. Vancouver. And I think peppering my personal bingo card with a variety of corners of my life is what keeps me engaged and going. The pre-filled template that you have access to, the sewing goals are much smaller. I know that I have a range of bigger goals and smaller goals in this template, but when I look at this card, I can see that looking after myself is just as important as releasing a PDF sewing pattern. And so for me personally, I'm going to be tucking this in the back of my planner where I use it and I will see it every single day. You could put it on a wall, on your fridge, somewhere that you see it every day, on your bedside table, whatever works for you. And so every time I finish something, from hosting a studio session through to starting to build a house, I can come in here, big or small, and I can colour off or cross off a square. You could even pop on a sticker, whatever works for you. I have, on the vein of exercise, heard a saying that is something like the best exercise is the one you actually do. And the same applies for any kind of productivity or motivational systems that you have in place for you as well. You know I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for a visual timer. I'm a sucker for an avoidance jar. I really do it all. But this is not my first year of doing a bingo, and I must say my members also agree this is a really sustainable and friendly approach to keeping things fun, gamifying the process, but also taking those small incremental steps to sewing a wardrobe you love to wear. And on those lost Sojo weeks or months, it always happens to us, it will ebb and flow, I can come back to this template, pick a small square, and simply reignite with an easy win instead of abandoning my sewing and the things that make me feel good. And so if you're a sewist, a designer, or a creative who simply wants a little bit of direction and fun for the year ahead, I created this for you. Whether you want the blank template or the pre-filled template, it's completely free, and I will pop a link in the description and the pinned comment and put a little QR code somewhere on the screen. So tell me one intention you are setting for 2026 in the comments, sewing or otherwise, because I would love to cheer you on. Here's to a gentle, creative 2026, and I might be seeing you in a studio session.